Are we on? Oh, hey, how you doing? Good morning. It's Friday Eve, Thursday, February 1st, 11 o'clock in the morning here in Iowa. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. See that picture behind me? When I lived in Tucson, actually Oro Valley, which is the north side of Tucson, up in the burbs, Push Peak was across the street from my apartment, so I just took this off my deck one random morning. Just beautiful. I kind of miss that place as far as the views go, and the desert hiking was really nice. And Tucson's fixing to get a lot of rain, or at least by their standards. Now, real quick, just want to say thank you so much. 55 subscribers in the first month of the existence of this channel. So we are off and running. So likes and subscribes, super appreciated. Thank you so much for being here with me and bearing with me. Let's talk first about the hazards across the country. It looks like the action's still in the west, but moving a little further to the east. First, we'll just talk about river flooding, still a thing. South Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, East Texas, Arkansas, Illinois, and Indiana. Fog across portions of the Midwest and northern plains. That has burned off by now. We had a dense fog advisory for a little while, but it's sunny right now. Well, a few clouds, but sunny. Wind, an issue for far west Texas, especially Guadalupe Pass. Famous for strong winds. So watch out there if you're heading that direction. And then our storm moving through California currently is ejecting or just moving into the southwest. So we could see, winter storm for parts of Arizona, winter storm watches and warnings there, depending on where you are. And then you see those little dots in southern Arizona, what we call the sky islands there. So the high elevations, for example, Mount Lemmon near Tucson has a winter weather advisory because 9,000 feet, you're going to get snow, even though you're getting rain down in Tucson. California, still a lot of flood watches and warnings there. We're also looking at winter storm watches and warnings there. And also, as you get into Nevada, it's winter weather warning, winter storm warnings and watches. Same for Utah and into Colorado. And then look way up at the northern tip of Maine. Is that a winter weather advisory? I think it is. All right, let's check out the surface for today. Here's kind of what's going on. We got a little bit of activity in the northeast, so rain mixed with snow and some rain and some snow. And then for the west, we continue with our rain mixed with snow. And then for California and Arizona, it's scattered showers and thunderstorms. And that's heavy snow coming down in the Sierra Nevada, and that's heavy rain with flooding possible for places like San Diego and LA. Meanwhile, in Phoenix, and really Phoenix covering most of Arizona here, even though Tucson has its own Bureau of the National Weather Service. But here's what's going on around the state of Arizona. Some southern Arizona rain, Tucson, Casa Grande, Phoenix, ½ inch to an inch of rain. Even Gila Bend, a ½ inch of rain or so. Even Yuma, a quarter to a ½ inch of rain. And then you get into the higher elevations, they're talking 1 to 3 inches of snow above 5,500 feet, which, by the way, does include Mount Lemmon, just outside of Tucson. You can be in the desert in Tucson, and let's say it's 70 degrees, or in the summertime, 105 degrees, right? Then you drive an hour to the top of Mount Lemmon, and it could be in the 70s. It's pretty cool. All right, today's highs across the country. It is warm. So as we look across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, we're talking 60s, some 70s here. So yeah, really warm. Florida, of course, a lot of 60s and even 70s, even upper 70s down around Miami. Cooler in California with all that rain, but still 50s and 60s. It's really warm everywhere. You have to go all the way up into Maine to find temperatures below freezing, or parts of New York State or New Hampshire. But it's pretty warm for February 1st standards. By tomorrow, here's what we're looking at. Our storm on the west coast progresses a little further to the east. So just a huge area of rain or snow or a mix. Heavy snow, Colorado, Utah, and the Sierra Nevada still. thunderstorms and showers still for parts of Oklahoma. And then, for California. Yeah, it sounds about the same. Oklahoma too, though, and Kansas and Nebraska and Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, showers and thunderstorms. And as you get into the East Coast, it's still hanging on to a little bit of rain or snow there. But we do have a chance of some severe weather with those showers and storms in Texas, mainly into Oklahoma. This is a marginal risk, so it's not a huge risk of severe weather, but there could be a few severe storms in that very large area from, say, San Antonio to almost Houston, including Dallas, Fort Worth, up to Childress, and then into Oklahoma. And so just that, the light green is just your general thunderstorms for the day tomorrow. All right, let's get into the GFS model and see what might happen, what might happen according to the GFS. I mean, it's weather. We're trying to predict the future, and we use computer models to do that for the large part, and the GFS is one of them. So let's see what the GFS says. And again, we're starting out, this is noon Central Time, so about an hour from now, and we see the heavy rain in LA moving into San Diego, into Tijuana, Baja, California, and that's some snow, even for the mountains of Southern California into the Sierra Nevada, pretty heavy, and some snow in Nevada, rain moving into Las Vegas, and we'll be moving into Arizona here. And then here's our snow, mainly in Canada, but a little bit of it reaching the northern U.S. and New England. All right, let's move forward in time. And, this is our main storm here, and this is where we're watching. There's your 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain for Yuma, and as this continues off to the east, your 1/2 inch to 1 inch for Phoenix and for Tucson, starting later today and lasting through tonight. Even some thunderstorms possible, as you can see. And then in the higher elevations of Arizona, it's snow, also Utah, some snow, Nevada snow, Idaho snow. As we get into, this is midnight tonight, a little bit of light rain in New England, a little bit of light snow as well. Storm progresses through Arizona, now moving into New Mexico as we get to noon on Friday, Central Time. So that would be 11 a.m. for them. Four Corner snow, a little bit of rain, and we're seeing maybe another storm moving into California. Yeah, we'll show you that as we go. But snow is continuing. Sierra Nevada, higher elevations of Northern California as well. And then as we move more in time, as our low enters, the other side of the Rockies, we start to see thunderstorms busting out. Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. This is, our chance for severe weather would be mainly tomorrow. And this is late in the day tomorrow, moving into Saturday. And so we see quite a bit of showers and storms. Dallas getting soaked here all the way down through Austin, just the I-35 corridor. Some showers and storms near Corpus Christi along the Texas Gulf Coast. It's light scattered snows across the Intermountain West behind the system. Those showers and storms continue into Arkansas, Louisiana. As we get into the day Saturday, this is noontime Central. Some heavy snow for Colorado, as we talked about earlier, and that changes to heavy rain for parts of Nebraska and northeastern Colorado. Some good showers and storms along the Louisiana Gulf Coast, and we see the hints of our next storm moving into California, and it starts to do that as we get late in the weekend. Sunday, meanwhile, our big cluster of storms mainly in the Gulf Coast, but making a beeline for Florida. And this will get us into Sunday, some heavy rainfall across the Florida Peninsula, and our next storm for California late in the weekend. Sunday is a SOAKER from, say, Point Conception through, here's Point Conception. So this is San Francisco to Point Conception, so the central California coast. Some heavy rainfall and heavy snows once again for the Sierra Nevada. As we go through the day on Sunday, this low is lifting a little bit into California. Very heavy snow for the Sierra Nevada and some very heavy rain in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada and some good rain here just north of LA too. And then this low in Florida with some heavy showers for Georgia. Let's see if those move into South Carolina. Sure enough, Myrtle Beach could get clipped by that as that low brings some showers to the southeast. And this storm seems to be weakening a little bit, but the heaviest rain still LA down to San Diego, we're talking Monday now at noon, and some light snow up here in Oregon, Idaho, and into the Intermountain West. And as we move forward, we see the showers and storms continuing in Southern California, the snow continuing in Nevada, now into Utah, and another round of showers and storms for Arizona. I mean, El Nino winters are the best for the desert because it really brings that soaking that they want and they need. But some heavy snows here in northern New Mexico too, so good skiing for Taos. As we get into the day, this is afternoon Tuesday of next week, and that storm just kind of sits here over Arizona, dumping some good rains down around Tucson. Some good snows up in the mountains. The Utah ski resorts loving this. The drivers in Salt Lake City, not so much, and some snow coming down in Colorado as well. We'll go quicker now, more quickly, because I wanted to show you this low as it moves into the plains. This is a little bit into the future. This is a week from today. But you do see this winding up pretty good. This is a pretty strong storm. So some good snows back here for the panhandle of Nebraska up into South Dakota and then up into North Dakota. Out ahead of that, we're seeing some decent rains all the way up into the Canadian border and Minnesota as well. And as this storm lifts mainly off to the north, you don't get a lot of snow here for Minnesota, a little bit. As it lifts northward, that snow spreading across South Dakota, North Dakota, and a little bit into Iowa and Nebraska. But it's a lot of rain here too. So we continue with our warm ways to begin February. This little storm is interesting too. It's kind of cold, but this is our third storm for Southern California, moving into Arizona. Now this is pretty far in the future, so take this with a grain of salt. But I mean, that's just crazy. And then showers across the southeast, which also during an El Nino period, you would expect more rainfall and snow across the south, and that certainly has kicked in. All right, as we start February, here's our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and it's warmer than average for a lot of the country. The exceptions: Florida with rain, the West Coast with rain, the Southwest with rain, and here's where that rain is. Best chances for above average precipitation: Southern California, Southern Arizona. Kind of the bullseye, and then your chances lessen but stay above average for really a lot of the country, 2/3 of the country. And then drier than average South Texas through the southeast and up through the east coast. So that's how it's looking today as we head into February. Happy February 1st to you. If you're in California, Arizona, just stay dry and enjoy. All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on The Weather Mic.